Any questions? I don't like that usage, idol worship.
Idol worship?
No, idol worship. It's a worship of the different manifestation of divinity in different forms. Idol worship was coined by people who don't consider it as something bad. I don't like that word, idol worship. In fact, there is nobody who doesn't worship idols.
I very much believe.
Yeah, so that word sounds like somebody coming and saying, oh, you're all idol worshippers. I knew someone who said that he is okay with Vedanta and all that, but he doesn't worship any idols. And so, okay, that's fine, up to you. So, then I go to his house. All the walls are pictures of Amitabh Bachchan hanging. Amitabh Bachchan is one of our film heroes, Hindi films. You're looking, Amitabh Bachchan has not gone to Makkah, so you don't know. So, all pictures. So I said, what is this? You don't worship any idol. He said, these are matinee idols. Idols, nevertheless, right? So it's not a bad thing to do. Yes. So your question was, yes.
So is it true that for every chakra, if we pray to those deities,
Yes.
it helps us to...
That is one way of doing it. In Kriya, we don't do that. We use the bijakshara, the sound, and go up. But every chakra center is associated with a devata. I only don't want to use the word idol for devata. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can you tell us which one?
It is there in that, if you look at any standard chart, the Muladhara you have Ganesha, of course, and then it goes up to different. Don't have to worry too much about that. Just stick to the sound. Now this is what I need to explain to you. Look, in this path of spiritual journey, there are no airplane or jet plane routes. Hard work is required, there is no such jet plane. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. Yeah, there is a jet plane route, which is if you have a good master like Maheshwarnath Babaji, and if he is sitting near you and touching you and head and so on, that is, maybe it accelerates, I understand. But just because Kriya it's not like that. I can say this because it is my parampara, I will defend it, of course. The Kriya, the importance is that it is a step-by-step systematic way by which you can move forward instead of a haphazard kind of thing. That is there. So if it was a jet plane, then all would have been masters.
What is that restriction? What is
Various factors, not one factor. Can't isolate one factor, many factors. I think the first and foremost factor is priorities. It's a question of the mind. What is my most important priority? Am I ready to practice my spiritual discipline no matter what happens? No matter, even in the physical world I have some loss, am I still ready to practice? When this happens, then the acceleration is fast, which is why we don't have many teachers. Because it's either half-hearted, or it's like everything is there, but I'll also have some Kriya. I am wearing a good suit, I'll also keep a rose here in the leg. So it doesn't work that way. It needs dedication. It's not, you know what I'm trying to say, it's not just the technique. It is the dedication and the energy and the priorities that go into it. And that unfortunately is rare, so we find less masters. In fact, nowadays there are more masters than disciples.
They met just two masters like yourself.
No, really. Sometimes you go and talk to, they are already teaching you. So what do you teach them? So, true. I agree with this.
Right,
So therefore you need patience and persistence. If I try for some time and it is not working, you need to say that people, look, I'm sitting here at the age of, well, I became aware of things, but at the age of 23, I sort of, I think, touch something serious, extraordinary. Now it's not that this 23 years of my existence on this earth, in this life, that did it. There's been work put into it for many lives. Many lives, many masters. In my case, only one master, but generally. So, all this contributes to this. So one has to take it on a serious basis and work, and don't get disheartened. And don't say that, oh, I haven't done all this for so many lives, so nothing will happen to me. Don't have that thought also. Who knows, one day you will realize that you have worked hard for many lives, you don't know now. Right? So let that not also be a discouraging factor. Keep it up. Maybe that very fact that you are all sitting here listening to this and want to do something about it indicates that you have put in some work in the past somewhere. Otherwise it won't happen, I'm telling you. There are so many people outside, why are they not coming? Why are they not interested?
So before you touch the extraordinary, are there stages before that where you know that you're progressing?
Yes. One becomes very light in mind, like a breeze. Yeah? And one treasures the wonderful periods of communion with that being. Then you realize there's nothing better than this. The joy of being. These are some of the signs on the path. Now let's not go into astrology because
I'm not getting
astronomy.
So the connection between the cosmos.
So therefore, now this is, you asked a question but you're opening a Pandora's box, because there is a principle called as above, so below. Right?
That's from Yat Pindam, that's from Man.
Huh?
Yat Pindam, that's from Man.
So, yes. So, in our, whatever is there in the human system, it is connected to the universal principles outside. So, as the yogi progresses through each of his tattvas and centers, it becomes connected to those which are universal. So it's like this is the microcosm. This microcosm is connected intimately to the macrocosm. So as you progress and as you become aware of these centers, you're also connecting to the physical centers outside in the system, in the cosmic system. Not only the solar system, but the cosmic system. So which is why some yogis are sometimes saying, okay, no work, I'm going there for some work, I'll come back to you. Where is he going? To some other realm. Because it is all intimately linked with our... You see, today we are spending thousands of dollars all over the world to find out if there are living beings existing outside our system. We can travel, we're sending these satellites. Poor countries can't afford it, but rich can't. We are saying that if you can tune your centers, you can touch those centers without spending dollars. But it's hard work than building a lab.
But they are distinctly separate, but we have a part of all of them in us.
Linked in us.
All of it.
All.
But they are distinctly separate.
They are separate, but when you get the link, then you are connected to that.
A whole lot.
Yeah. Let's not get into the subject, right?
Let's say I have...
It is not a therapy.
It's not a therapy.
But in general, because the mind becomes quiet and calm, it will have a reflection on the physical body also in general. But it's not a therapeutic practice. It's a spiritual practice.
Thank you.
How would we find the exact guru in next class?
Are you saying that once initiated, we should keep coming back with you?
I'm not sure that's right. So I'm very sure that
You know what?
I would have to take some
It need not be the same person coming or anything of that kind to guide you. Now, suppose you get initiated into Kriya and you're practicing it, and before you achieve your ultimate result, you go, suppose, I hope you do, but you don't, suppose, and you go, and then you come back in some life, if you believe in past lives and so on, rebirth, then you'll certainly have a guidance. It need not be the same person, but you'll take on from where you left behind. You don't have to go to square. We discussed this in the morning. You don't have to go to square one.
So the initiation happens for the body or the soul?
Both. Body, the mind and the soul, three are interlinked so intimately. The initiation starts with the body because you are sitting here and you are listening and you are practicing. It then reflects on the mind and then goes beyond.
So the follow-up question is that when we lose our body, we take up the Sukshma Sarira. So when that happens, will we be able to practice this Kriya in that state?
Yes, we are not doing Kriya only for the physical body. We are starting with the physical body because you are only aware of the physical body at the moment. Then it reflects into your Sushma and then into the Karana Shakti. Let's not go technically, but every subtle layer of your system is affected by the practice, although the practice starts with the physical. They are all linked together. Physical body, today or tomorrow, is bound to go. So what happens when it goes? Does it take away all the effects of Kriya? No. So the effects are there in the subtle body, not in the physical body. But we start with the physical. Get what I'm saying? Not necessarily. If there is you feel some kind of a pulsation or you feel heat coming in some areas of your system, doesn't mean that there is muck in it. It means that something is going on. Some action is taking place.
So just continue to
As long as it is not interfering with your system, you should continue. It happens quite because when you touch somebody, what is in you and what is in that person, of course there is an exchange, right? So if you are not strong enough, if you are not protected enough, if there's something is negative, it can pass on to you. If you are positive, what you have as positive can pass on to that person. So Kriya generates energies in you which become kind of a protective layer so that the negative is not allowed, the positive is allowed. It doesn't stop all interaction. It allows the positive to happen and the negative to subside. Both ways.
So the energy does not diminish. It remains.
Purnameva avashishyate. It remains forever Purna. See, this is happening because the energy that is being generated in you with Kriya is breaking through some of the barriers which are already built into your system. So when it breaks through dams, there is always this movement little bit, but it will subside by itself. You don't have to give much thought to it. If it happens, allow it to be.
So the important question is, if that happens, should I...
Don't control it.
Then how do I complete my Kriya? Because it doesn't allow.
So allow it to be for some time. You will find that it will go off after a while and then get back to Kriya. As long as you are not becoming aggressive, if somebody else is doing Kriya and then you start tapping, that is not there, you are okay. I mean, it's safe. I'm not saying you do. In somewhere I went to, there was one person in front who was complaining about the person sitting behind. I said, what happened? He said, she's poking me. I said, poking you? Why is she poking you? So when I asked her, she said, that energy came and I felt like poking. I said, from now on, keep a pillow. When it comes, poke the pillow like the poor guy sitting in front. So, as long as that doesn't happen, I'm seriously saying, not like a joke, I'm sorry. So, as long as it doesn't affect others, indulge in it. Don't worry. But it will subside gradually. Once all the channels have been cleared, then it will subside. So the aim is to be calm, to go quiet into yourself. Gradually. Doesn't happen like that at once. I wish it did, but in most cases it doesn't. So one has to go slowly, gradually. I also advise gradually is better than sudden going up and then falling down. I've seen that also happen. People suddenly get full and they practice unnecessarily for many hours. When we advise don't practice for more than half an hour, maybe it will become better. And then everything is fine and then one day suddenly it all collapses. So it is better to go slowly on these matters. You will feel something happening out there. That is the...
It doesn't mean.
So,
We spoke about the state of turiya.
this is the problem of giving Kriya in Nagpur. I'm joking. It's okay. This is a serious baitak going on.
I'm waiting from morning, everybody knows that.
I know that. I'm joking here, please. May I ask you a simple question? How am I functioning?
That's exactly what I want to know.
Your capacity to function does not diminish. Let me tell you this. It does not diminish. Bengal area. So the we becomes we. So we become a kriyavan. And I found a very strange band of people in Kerala. Because this kriyavan became kriyavan. Went to Kerala, somebody came and told, we are all kriyavans. What? Kriya bands? What band is that? I thought it was a music group. So what did you say? Sorry.
So the question was, how does an enlightened person or a person who knows is not the body or mind function?
See, I'm functioning. This is what I'm telling you. You don't have to have a why for that. You will function automatically. But you function with greater awareness, with greater understanding, greater kindness. Your functioning will actually improve. You will be better than normal. A Kriya person who practices Kriya not only is he moving spiritually, but because of the practice, the other organs of the body, including the brain, start working in a better manner. So you are able to weigh and do things as you should. And you will also avoid hatred and forcible functions. You will do everything quiet. And your mind also will clear up all the clouds. You can think straight. And you won't care whether somebody is appreciating it or not appreciating. Who cares? You know what you're saying, right?
It's a recursive type of question. Whenever I meditate, I'm able to remove all thoughts. Only one thought remains, and which is exactly this moment where I start practicing about asking you this question. And beyond that, the question also does not go further, but I just start having this dialogue and then I lose my thoughtlessness.
So what are you saying?
So how do I go beyond that one?
But I don't know what you're saying.
In order to meditate, you need to remove thoughts. So all other thoughts I have removed.
Okay.
Only this thought.
Which thought?
That when I'm meditating, like yesterday I was meditating and I started thinking about instead of going thoughtless, this one question came.
What was the question?
That this thought comes back. It's not question, the conversation is deep.
With me?
Yes, it keeps coming back. This
I got it, now I got some idea.
Yeah, always it's 100.
So let it come back, no? Don't.
So then it stops there, as in.
It won't stop.
Okay.
Don't force it, okay? If that conversation with me is occurring to you when your mind is becoming calm, don't get worried, oh, now my mind is not going to be still, this conversation. Allow it to be. Just leave it and tell me tomorrow what happens. Proof of the pudding is in the eating. Try to do it. How many hands are there? I don't know. Do you think I am giving because I think everybody is eligible?
I feel so. You felt that probably it is so many sankalpa of so many minds that they want this when you are coming.
That is true.
Probably that's happening. But under your influence, I'm very sure that okay, we'll say yes, we'll do, and the influence will stay. And then
You know why I said why I said that is to encourage these guys who have taken Kriya, have not practiced it. I just wanted to make fun of them. I didn't say that in a negative.
How to sustain a sadhana
Through practice. How do you sustain a sadhana? So you should keep it as one of your priorities. Don't put it in the background. Right? Keep it as your priority and keep practicing regularly. That's how you sustain it. And one day if you're not feeling nice, it is dull and nothing is happening, don't stop. Keep doing. One day it will subside and it will come back to normal. See, this is what happens. You do sadhana. First few days it is very nice. After a few days it is not so nice. Then it is becoming mechanical. Then I want to stop. Then I stop. What I'm saying is, however bad It appears after some time, stick to it, and then you will see that it opens up new portals. Don't let go. This is very important to note. Even the greatest of yogis have gone through this phase of not happening in between. So, even I have gone through this phase. Even great people like Swami Vivekananda have got through this place where you are doing sadhana and then suddenly everything becomes bleak, a grey world. Those who have succeeded are those who still said, no, I'm not stopping, I'm going forward. Those who lost. So don't give up. And whenever you feel a little let down, think of me sitting and talking, say, don't worry, we'll go. Don't send me messages through the forehead. But once somewhere at a satsang, somebody said, I can't get in touch with you physically all the time. So what do? I said, I don't know what to do. They kept pushing. One day I said, when you sit down to meditate, if you want, you do one thing. Think that you are sending an arrow from here. It will come and touch me here. And for the next 3 days, I could not meditate. This person seriously took it very seriously. When I sit meditating, arrows are flying there. So don't do that. Because you imagine how many arrows will come. But think that we are having a chat. All that is okay. It will help you. We are talking about a great yogi, Milarepa. And this great teacher, what's his name? Marpa, the translator. So, we're talking about two very important personalities, very important yogis. So, we cannot compare like that and say that he had it, so what about us? You know, Milarepa was made to build house and break them, build house and break them. One of you, if I get you to do these things, you will not learn any, you will run away after the first house is broken. So, depends on the maturity of a person, the teacher and the student, very relative things.
So that means that was it many lifetimes of him, the stage where he could persevere and was meant to attain it in a lifetime?
Also, you must remember that Marpa was training Milarepa for the role of a teacher. So he had to put him through the toughest disciplines possible. We are not training anybody to become teachers, right? So he had to go through all this. Since we are on this subject, since you brought up Milarepa and so on, there is one system of, believe me, I have not studied any of these systems. There is one system of the early Buddhist teachings, supposed to have come from Padmasambhava. And one of their sections is called the Dzogchens. Dzog. If you write Dzogchen in English, you would rather put a D before the Z. Dzogchen. So the Dzogchen teachings are supposed to be instantaneous and so on. So, strange stories about, since you said Milarepa and Marpa, strange stories about disciple and guru. One of them is about Zen Dzogchen master who had a disciple with him for 13 years, teaching, learning. After 13 years, the Dzogchen is supposed to be the ultimate Samadhi experience. The Japanese Buddhists, the Zen Buddhists call it Satori. It's supposed to come immediately, suddenly. While you're working on it, one day it happens to you. Right? So this is also you should note with Kriya. Don't project your thoughts in supposing what should be happening to you. Just do it and let things happen. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay, anyway. So, 13 years he kept complaining. So, I've been with you for that, nothing is happening to me, what is to be? One day they were going on the street, so the master told the disciple, see that hill there? He said, yes sir. Climb up that hill. He said, okay. Wait a minute. He said, what? There was a sack lying there, a cloth sack. He said, fill that sack with all the brick bats and stones which are lying there, full capacity. And then lift it and put it on your shoulders. It was very heavy. The master says you have to do it. Anybody will do it? No. So, somebody came and told me that I am totally certain, whatever you say I'll do. I said, you see there on the right side there's a well, go and jump there. Sir, what did you say? So, not like that. Anyway, this Dzogchen teacher advised the student to pick up that sack full of stones, so heavy, and climb up the hill. So with great difficulty he climbed up the hill, and then the master reached there before him. How? Because he was on a horse. So when he reached there, on the top of the hill there was only nothing but one big tree, a shady tree, nothing else. Now he's waiting for the master's instruction. He can't bear it anymore. It's too much for him. So the master is not saying anything. So he said, Master, what should I do? No response. He thought he's going to die. Because then the master finally said, throw away the sack. So he threw it away. And then after throwing it, he didn't ask for instruction. He just went and sat under the tree, took a deep breath and said, ah. Then he said, I got it. That burden was gone. You know what I mean? It's not just the physical burden, this whole process. It was thrown. And when it was thrown, he knew what Dzogchen is about. So what we do is, by our imagination, especially because we have heard about the experiences of other masters and so on, we project that and try to get there, which effectively prevents us from reaching the inner depths. I don't know if you have thought about this. In each person, even though the methods followed are maybe same, each person, the spiritual awakening is unique. Now I want to copy somebody else's awakening. So that image covers me from actually getting to where I need to go. Even if something happens, I compare it with what I read about somebody. This is not what happened, they're gone. Comparison is a very dangerous thing in the spiritual field. We need to be free of that. Competition and comparison. Two things. In worldly field, necessary, I understand. But in the spiritual field, you shouldn't. It should be completely original for you, as it should be. Because we are all from different backgrounds. We have all passed through different births. We have had so many experiences in our past. If you believe, if you don't, it's okay. So we cannot be all the same, right? So we all have a different approach to the same thing, probably. So the effects may be different for different people, but when this happens, I say, no, this is not what should happen, this should happen. You're effectively turning off your experience in the spiritual. So, be original, have your own experience.